Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about, or showing you, how to get unlimited tethering to like your computer or to whatever, like a laptop or something, from your phone, without your network realizing. So, for example, I'm just going to show you some examples. For example, I'm with 3. Right now I'm actually doing some tethering, which I can show you, but I'm with 3. And with 3, I have 4 gigabytes of tethering data. Now, that's all fine and good, but if I want to download a game from Steam or something, or just use some faster internet than is on my computer, well, I can't really do that as such. So if you see here, you got all the details, but just it's mainly the 4096 megabytes. So that's great. That's useful if you can do some basic, very simple stuff on your computer. But the app that you need is this one here called Easy Tether Pro, or just Easy Tether Lite. I got a cracked version for Easy Tether Pro, but Easy Tether Lite works just the same, and it works very well. They both work very well. And so if you go onto the app, I always have the connection established ticked. You always have that. But on here, you go to USB settings, and you go to USB setup wizard. Now, what happens is gets you through a process of Windows setup, and there's various different things you go through. And the main one you can download from the phone and copy it to the Windows computer. This program that you'll run on the computer. You can do however you want. If you just keep on going through, it doesn't actually stop anything. And it gets you through this nice wizard, and it explains how to do everything, or how to do everything quite easily. Now, the reason why this, I'll show you on the computer in a second, but the reason why this works and the reason why your data service, the carrier never realizes, is because all your carrier is realizing is this app is connected to some server somewhere, like, let's say the Steam server, and it's downloading it, and then it's just pretty much just transferring your files from your phone to the computer, and then your computer's reading it as an internet connection, and that's why you need a program on the other end so that it reads as an internet connection. But your carrier is just realizing it as Easy Tether Pro just being an app. So if I show you, if I close here, for example, here Easy Tether Pro is using up 36.65 gigabytes, and you'll see it maybe rising a bit. And that's all just from downloading it, and that's all your carrier will realize it as. That's why it works, or as it does. And you can see the massive spike from yesterday. So I'll just take you to the computer now just to show you how to do it there and how it works well. Okay, so here we can see that, for example, I've got my phone tethered and everything, and you can just see the speeds, compared to what I might get, which is about 800 kilobytes per second. Just to help try and prove that I am tethering, if it does. It doesn't really matter, but I am. That's not the point. Anyway, so what you do is when you transfer something over, you have this program, and what that does is it's pretty much it's the program that you transfer. It's the program you download and you transfer to the computer, and you run it. And I think it's like a tiny little setup. But there's there's 2 things you need to do. One of them is if you just go to Task Manager, go to Startup, and make sure that it is enabled. Because sometimes in the past I've found that if it's not enabled in Startup, you have to go through the entire setup process again, which sort of makes everything pretty hard, and it was just annoying. It's just more of an inconvenience, really. And the other thing is just if you go here, it's just really how to do it. Is when it's on, and you have it here anyway, and you have some more options. But one option you will have, if I show you, if I just actually doesn't matter if I don't pause it. Actually, pause the download. If I close the connection, so okay, no, okay, it's fine. Is on here. if I right click, and you have various different connections. What you go to is you go to here, and for example that's just a device ID type thing, I'm not sure really what it's for, but you click on that, and now you're connected. Now you're tethered. And the beautiful thing about this is that you don't actually even need to turn on tethering in your device settings, because that's what, your company, for example, Me3, that's what your company's more reading. And so with this, you're getting the unlimited tethering. Now, I'm sure you, or hopefully you would have realised, but if you haven't, just in case I'm just warning you, you don't get unlimited tethering if you don't have an unlimited data plan. And you may think, okay, then what's the point? Well, companies like to, lots of times just like to not even give you tethering at all, or sometimes give you a bit. So if you say you've paid for 20 gigabytes of data, well, you should think you should be able to use it however you like, but apparently no. So with this, you are then able to use it, whichever way that you want to. So you can get this unlimited. So then you can use that 20 gigabytes all with tethering, none with tethering, a bit with and a bit without. It really doesn't matter, and that's, the beauty of it. It really just doesn't matter. So with this, and, of course I would recommend you don't do terabytes of downloading every day or just every week or something. I would try and limit yourself a bit, use a bit of their tethering if you can, just because it may get a bit suspicious if you've done like 70 gigabytes worth of something in 2 days. Like I'm going to, but I'm not going to continue to do it. So I'll just keep a warning that you may want to just be cautious, be on the safe side of whatever you're doing. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please like, rate, subscribe, or click the subscribe button on the screen here. Thank you very much, and goodbye.